What episode is it actually? I just forgot. It must be... okay. Welcome to the 38th episode of the Decompression Chamber. I'm your host, Mario, and our opening quote today is going to be from a Greek philosopher, Heraclitus. Horrible name. Anyway, the opening quote goes, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he's not the same man." Special guest. Oh, fuck me dead. That went so bad. Roll the intro.
No doubt that I'll never be without my damn brain. Closed mouth, I'm clever and I know my damn shame. No cloud to the better, no one know my damn name. No bow, that shit what I guess we about to cascade.
Alright,
that was the worst.
That was terrible. Anyway, so, with that amazing, majestic entrance, I'd like to greet you with my very good guest, Toby. Say hi.
Hiya.
Anyway, so that was kind of a bit of an embarrassing intro. We both have... What is this? It's
raspberry cream liqueur mixed with milk.
It's literally like an alcoholic milkshake. We're good little boys drinking milk before we go to bed.
Exactly. We're sweet innocent boys.
Sweet innocent boys. He says, having dashed half of his drink on my leg.
It was your idea.
Was it?
I don't know.
It was both of our idea. We wanted to do a fun intro, so here we are.
And now he's got it all over his lap.
I mean, I'm not taking these clothes back with me, so yeah. For context, this is our last night in Salisbury before going back home for 2 weeks.
Last day of the Easter term.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on a reading week for the past, 5-6 days now? Well, since last week. And we were told we were going to be back for workshops, but we haven't had anything.
I mean, we had one thing on Wednesday. Besides that, no.
That was an all-day online workshop, and I've talked about on the videos before how dead some of the online lectures can be at our uni. Do you think there's anything more they could do to be engaging online?
Take a charisma class.
Honestly, I think it's a generational thing. I think it's like, if people our age were running it, we'd be chilling.
Yeah, because you can identify with your audience if you're actually their age, whereas the age gap is way too big, obviously. But that makes sense, bearing in mind they're lecturers.
Yeah, I mean, also it's like they put no pressure on lots of people to answer or do a lot of engagement. It's just like, hey, we're going to speak to you, we're going to run a PowerPoint, and that's it for an hour. And sometimes we have 3-hour lectures.
Was it 4 hours the other day? The week?
It might have been from 10 a.m. till maybe 3 p.m. It can get tough at times, you know. Toby and we just like to do the practical stuff, you know.
Yeah, the workshops are what we're here for, not the online lectures, admittedly.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to go into a big collaborative project right now. I'm just doing a camera roll, but Toby's actually doing first AD. I can't believe I didn't think of this as something to ask you, but you actually have involvement in pre-production for a big project. Do you feel the responsibility for it?
Well, I would say yes, because I wanted to be director, and my runner-up role was first AD, and I've literally been delegating tasks to everyone, so I have been in close contact. So yeah, I would say the pressure's on in pre-production phase, whereas you're second or first AC?
I'm first AC, focus puller.
Focus puller, yeah, I would hate to be, because the concentration you have to be for focus puller is insane.
I mean, it's a very technical role, but the thing is everything has positives and negatives, the fact that I don't have anything to organise right now, but it also means none of my ideas matter.
You can pitch your ideas, but admittedly, it's first AD, director, and producer and cinematographer that make the decision. So
yeah, I mean, originally I wanted to be DP. I'm not going to lie about that. I really tried to carve myself a channel, but you know, you don't get everything you want in life.
Yeah. I knew your game plan. You were you were searching around. Everyone's like, "Do you want to be DP?" No. Okay, that's good. Less competition. But
I was open about it though. I said openly, I want to be DP, and I want other people to stay out my way.
To be fair, I was annoyed on your behalf when you didn't get DP. Legitimately,
You've got to hope that you can accept the stuff in life that you can't control. But I appreciate it at least. I mean, basically, our short film that I'm taking part in is one based on a Norwegian or German Scandinavian bullshit detective thing.
Scandinavian.
It's a cool concept, but personally it's not the most engaging to me. But you're actually doing it like a Game of Thrones scene, and you're a Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah, it's the first scene from Game of Thrones, and I'm a Game of Thrones fan, so that helps. But we got lucky draw with the source material. I
mean, if you'd have told me or if you would have told yourself last year that at the end of the year you'd be you'd be assistant director on a Game of Thrones style shoot.
I mean, you'd obviously hype out, wouldn't you? I mean,
it's a cool thing to do.
Oh no, I'm very happy with it, how it's going so far. But I mean, how many weeks is it till we're actually filming? The production phase is going to be scary.
The production is going to be intense. I think Harvey is my producer on my project. He said we're 5 weeks out, and I think we're filming the same week.
Oh yeah, I thought we were filming the week after you, but it might be the same week. So it's just.
And we're filming on 16mm celluloid, so in terms of being part of the camera department, like, you only get one chance when you film it. You've got to get it right, and it's kind of worrying. It is kind of worrying.
I mean, you have was it 30 minutes of film?
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of margin. Bearing in mind it's meant to be 3 minutes, but even then, the amount of takes you do, there is pressure with the time constraints because it's not digital. Yeah,
we have 3 days of shooting, and it's going to be a lot of pressure on the director, first AD, and on the people involved to get this done. I'm lucky enough that I just have to make sure I get my focus right.
You're literally doing the focus in the production phase, and that's it, isn't it?
That's it. I mean, I jokingly refer to it as camera bitch 1, because all I do is I help set up the camera, and I adjust the camera as they ask me to. I don't get any control. I do as they ask.
Whereas I'm meant to be the liaison between the director and everyone else. I'm meant to, like, if the actors want a coffee, I'm the guy to go and do it. I'm the coffee boy. So it's a lot of pressure. But I think in post I'm calm.
Okay.
Like, I think post, I don't think I'm too much to do.
So once shooting wraps up, you're like, all right, job done, lads.
This ain't mine anymore.
You collect your grade and just be on your way. The thing is, though, is like, first AD has a lot of action on set. You're like, your logistics, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say most of my work will come from pre-production, but definitely during the production phase, there'll be a lot of bossing about.
You like bossing about, though?
I mean, that's what I wanted to be director. I mean, I wanted to be, like, top tier role, but I definitely got second best, so I'm happy.
And Alfie, the guy who is directing, he seems to be doing all right, and I like him as director. So
I mean, yeah, it's all more the fact of, like, the first AD and the director getting along, because I don't know about your one, but me and Alfie, we're close, so we like collaborating really well together and great communication, in my opinion. So I feel like it's all going smoothly.
Exactly, and collaboration is key. I mean, personally, because as Toby said, I did the prop list, alright. I looked at the script and I wrote down the list of props that we need, but I don't buy them. So when it comes to pre-production, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not doing anything. I really didn't want to do locations either.
It's about completely irrelevant. It was about the swearing. I didn't know if we could swear or not. And you've said it now, so off my chest. Because I literally earlier was just like, I was about to swear, but I'm not going to. But now I've got the.
Nah, swearing's allowed. Fuck you, cunt.
Okay, well I'm not. I have no reason to say that. It's your podcast or YouTube series.
Yeah, exactly. We're chilling, and no, I think it's just cool that we have the ability to just bloody do this and make the video and stuff. And actually, I'm surprised we managed to get as much through the video already as
this
did.
Any of the talking?
This is literally this is one and two, barely. All right.
It's not two. It's not this.
It's not even. But I'm just gonna steamroll us right through into trailer talk.
Yes.
Because just before this, Toby and I were in his room watching trailers, and my personal favorite is the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer for the Tangled in Strings.
Yeah, the whole Pinocchio spin on it, isn't it? Yeah. But mine's more the Infinity War one, which is ironic because they're both Avengers films that we liked, but it's just the drum beats and that.
Oh mate, the orchestral music build up.
Orchestral music, yeah. I said, what was it, like 75% of a good trailer comes down to the music and nothing else, in my opinion.
If you take anything away from today's video, is that honestly, I think of the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, even,
with all the retro music of the soundtrack, and the soundtrack of the movie brought so much more hype to it because no one knew the characters.
Exactly, and even if you remember, do you remember when they re-edited the Suicide Squad trailer to Queen?
Yes, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. I love that.
That was better than the film. This is something that me and Toby have been debating, but personally, I hate Suicide Squad. When did it come out? 2016?
16, yeah.
But Toby seemingly likes it.
I like it. It's not amazing, but I prefer it to a lot of other DC projects so far. But it's an unpopular opinion. I put my hand up for that.
I mean, we could sit here and bag on DC properties all the afternoon.
We could do an hour's podcast debating for or against Suicide Squad if we wanted to.
I mean, I wouldn't want to because I don't like the film, but yeah, that's just the way it is. I mean, the thing is I think the best part about trailers is the vibe that it gives you for the film, but I always hate how much they show me. I'm a guy, I hate spoilers. I hate.
Anti-trailers, really.
I am anti-trailers. I go out my way not to watch them.
Whereas I'm very much for like, oh, but this is giving a release date. I want to check it out, see if I actually want to like follow up on the build up to it. But you're against it.
I want to be pranked by the film. I want to go in blind and I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. I want to be awed. I don't want to know what's going to happen before the film happens.
But like, if the premise of the film is shown in the trailer and you decide that it's not the premise you don't want to watch it with a film that premise, then surely it would save you from wasting your money on.
I want a 1-sentence synopsis for a film. 2 sentences max. If a film is going to interest me, you should be able to describe it in 1 or 2 sentences. You know? Alright, so like, I'll give you the most basic example. Star Wars: A New Hope. A young rebel fucking learns to use the Force and becomes a Jedi or some shit. That's a terrible example, but you get what I mean.
You don't know what a Jedi is at that point.
Right, okay. I made a bad example.
You dug yourself into a spot. I really I'm thankful you didn't put me in the spot. I've come up with a 1-sentence synopsis for a movie. So
Alright, okay. I'll give you a better one. Okay, so we both like the film The Green Book.
Oh yes.
Alright, so an unlikely friendship forms when a hard-headed Italian and a what's it called? I think he was an African, like, an African pianist, go on a road trip together through the south of the States. That would be better for me than watching the trailer.
No, okay, I agree with you for that. But, yeah, I agree.
Because, especially, if you know the names Mahershala Ali and, like, Viggo Mortensen are attached, that's all you need.
No, you're completely right there. I completely agree with you there.
I think, for me, it's like, if you see a thing later in the film and you've already seen it in the trailer, it's kind of disappointing. Do you not get that?
It really varies. I wouldn't say it's completely one way or the other. But like Fight Club, how would you give a 1-sentence synopsis on Fight Club?
All right. A down on his luck office worker changes his life when he meets a wild card guy. I don't know. That's decent.
That's actually decent for being put on the spot. No, any Fincher film is a bit. There's always a bend, isn't there? So
I mean, the whole point of a synopsis is supposed to just bring you into it. It's not supposed to just whap bang give you the whole deal.
Whap bang.
Are you just commenting on my sound effects?
No. It's a sound effect I haven't heard before.
Alright, well, we've fucking gone over the 12-minute mark, so I think we're going to roll this to a slow conclusion, but do you have any final statements on what it's like being on the podcast for the first time? You might be back.
I want to come back.
You'll be very welcome to. I've enjoyed this.
We had 4 talking points, and we hardly glossed over
one and a half. I think that's good, because we didn't have to, basically, before the video started, we were discussing stuff to write down in case we had any dead air, but we've been going...
I'm like slow to a stop.
I think this is just proof that we are compatible as a fucking co-host in it or whatever. So let's do a final cheers where we don't spill on each other.
Well, on your lap.
Yeah, there we go. I hope you have a good day. I hope whatever works in progress you have keep progressing. And I hope you enjoy having seen me and Toby on the same video. Say goodbye to the fans.
Goodbye, Decompression Chamber fans.
Yes, I know there's many of you out there. See you later. Have a good one. That was so good.
I love cap on for the shade. I don't wanna give myself no option, so I drop the visor just to wake up. Ain't no tripping over pay stubs, ain't no tripping on the vague stuff. All the things that I can make up, I'm a thinker, not a maker. Wait. No grayer I see.